And this lecture will be the continuation to the previous lecture.
यो अघिल्लो पाठकै निरन्तरता हुनेछ.
In the previous lecture, Paul's 30 years life preparation period before his conversion.
अघिल्लो पाठमा हामीले पावलको परिवर्तन अघिको 30 वर्षको तयारीको जीवनीबारे सिकेका थियौं.
Let us be familiar with this map here.
यो नक्सासँग केही परिचित हौं हामी.
A simple map but very important map for our understanding of the life of St. Paul.
यो साधारण नक्सा छ तर हामीले पावल प्रेरितको जीवनी बुझ्नको निम्ति एकदमै महत्त्वपूर्ण छ.
This is Jerusalem here.
यो यरुशलेम हो.
Because of Paul's persecution, Acts 1:8 has been fulfilled.
पावलको सतावटको कारण प्रेरित 1:8 पूरा भयो.
Paul was an instrument for fulfilling the Acts 1:8.
पावल यो प्रेरित 1:8 पूरा गराउने एक साधन बनेका थिए.
God used Paul as an instrument for fulfilling the Acts 1:8.
परमेश्वरले पावललाई यो प्रेरित 1:8 पूरा गराउन आफ्नो साधनको रूपमा प्रयोग गर्नुभयो.
Here in Jerusalem church, how many church congregations? We assume around 20,000.
हामी यो अनुमान गर्छौं कि त्यो समयमा यरुशलेमको मण्डलीमा करिब 20,000 जति विश्वासीहरू थिए.
Acts chapter 2, 3,000 only men. And Acts chapter 5, 5,000. So adding to 8,000 altogether. Only men.
हामी प्रेरित 2 अध्यायमा 3,000 पुरुषहरू अनि 5 अध्यायमा 5,000 पुरुषहरू गरी जम्मा 8,000 पुरुषहरू मात्र परिवर्तन भएको देख्दछौं.
Without counting family members. See, those married, wife and children all together, we estimate at least around 20,000 members.
त्यहाँ परिवारका अरू सदस्यहरूको गन्ती भएको छैन. त्यसैले श्रीमती र छोराछोरीहरू सबै गर्दा करिब 20,000 मानिसहरू हुनुपर्छ भनी हामी अनुमान गर्छौं.
Some people said the total population of Jerusalem at the time around 500,000.
मानिसहरूको भनाइ अनुसार त्यो समयमा यरुशलेमको जम्मा जनसङ्ख्या करिब 5 लाख जति थियो.
Around 20,000 became Christians.
करिब 5 लाख मानिसहरू मध्ये 20,000 जति विश्वासी भए.
But their job was to go out of the city and following that one Acts 1:8.
तिनीहरूको काम चाहिँ प्रेरित 1:8 पद पूरा गर्नु थियो.
From here, all Judea means right here, Judea, the province of Jerusalem area, and Samaria, which is the northern part here, Samaria, and to the end of the world. At that time was Turkey.
तिनीहरूको काम चाहिँ यरुशलेमबाट सुरु गरेर यो यहुदिया, सामरिया र पृथ्वीको छेउसम्म प्रभुको साक्षी बन्नु थियो. त्यो समयमा टर्कीसम्म पुग्नु पर्ने थियो.
So that was God's plan to have the members of Jerusalem church go out to these territories, but they did not.
परमेश्वरले चाहिँ यरुशलेमका विश्वासीहरू यी क्षेत्रहरूमा गएको चाहनुहुन्थ्यो तर उनीहरू गएनन्.
God used Paul to fulfill that commission.
त्यसैले परमेश्वरले त्यो पूरा गर्नको निम्ति पावललाई प्रयोग गर्नुभयो.
Because of this Paul's job, he became more humble man.
पावलको त्यो सतावटको कारण उनी अझ नम्र मानिस बन्न पुगे.
Now, the church here, Jerusalem church, no church members, and only Bible said only 12 disciples remained.
अब यरुशलेमको मण्डलीका विश्वासीहरू सबै छरपष्ट भएर 12 चेलाहरू मात्र बाँकी रहे.
12 disciples just remained in the city of Jerusalem without church members.
विश्वासी बिना अगुवाहरू मात्र मण्डलीमा बाँकी रहे.
Peter and James and John, all these people traveling around and visiting their former church members.
पछि पत्रुस, यूहन्ना जस्ता चेलाहरू यी सबै क्षेत्रहरूमा घुमेर आफ्ना विश्वासीहरू भेट्ने गर्थे.
Because the church members scattered around these areas.
किनकि मण्डलीका विश्वासीहरू सबै यी क्षेत्रहरूमा छरपष्ट भएका थिए।
Later, Peter said in his letter that my people, my disciples who are in Cappadocia, Galatia, Pontus, Phoenicia, and Asia, and so on.
पछि पत्रुसले आफ्नो पत्रमा सम्बोधन गर्दा पोन्टस, कापाडोकिया, गलातियामा छरपष्ट भएकाहरूलाई भनी सम्बोधन गरेका छन्।
Some of the former church members, they scattered and they settled here in Damascus.
तीमध्ये कति विश्वासीहरू चाहिँ गएर दमस्कसमा बसोबास गरेका थिए।
Antioch is the second city.
एन्टिओखिया चाहिँ दोस्रो सहर थियो।
In Damascus, Jewish communities is there and a few Jewish synagogues were there.
दमस्कसमा चाहिँ केही यहुदी समुदायहरू र यहुदी सभाघरहरू पनि थिए।
People who left Jerusalem, all Jewish people, newly born Jewish Christians came, arrived in Damascus, and entered inside of synagogue, Jewish synagogue, and shared the gospel of Jesus.
यरुशलेममा भर्खरै परिवर्तन भएर दमस्कसमा आएका केही यहुदी विश्वासीहरू यहुदीहरूको सभाघरमा छिरेर प्रभु येशूको सुसमाचार सुनाउन थाले।
Not only that, they conducted street evangelism. Okay? Street evangelism and causing all kinds of turmoil and noise.
त्यति मात्र होइन तर उनीहरूले सडकहरूमा पनि सुसमाचार प्रचार गर्दै हल्ला मचाउन थाले।
And this story was told by Paul. But Saul, at the time, Saul, who stationed in Jerusalem, heard about these people who left Jerusalem, now in Damascus, causing all kinds of problems.
त्यति बेला यरुशलेममा भएका पाउल जो त्यति बेला साउल थिए उनले दमस्कसमा पुगेका इसाईहरूले धेरै समस्या उब्जाएका छन् भनी सुने।
With that news, Saul, in God's divine plan, requested high priest in Jerusalem, asking them, "Sir, would you give me certificate, give me your order so that I can go to Damascus and arrest all those Jewish Christian people and bring them to Jerusalem."
परमेश्वरको योजनामा साउलले मुख्य पुजारीहरूसँग ती दमस्कसमा भएका इसाईहरूलाई पक्रेर यरुशलेममा ल्याउन अनुमति पत्र मागे।
Those top leaders gave Saul the permission, young man, permission to go to Damascus and arrest them, bring them back to Jerusalem.
अनि ती पुजारीहरूले जवान साउललाई दमस्कसमा गएर इसाई यहुदीहरूलाई पक्री यरुशलेममा ल्याउने अनुमति पत्र दिए।
When he was near the city, near the Damascus, all of a sudden, big light appeared and hit the eyes of Saul.
जसै साउल दमस्कसको नजिकै पुगेका थिए अचानक एउटा ठुलो ज्योति देखा परेर साउलको आँखालाई हान्यो।
So Saul became blind.
जसको कारण साउल अन्धो बने।
And along with that, one voice came upon.
त्योसँग एउटा आवाज पनि आयो।
And the voice said that, "Saul, Saul, why do you persecute me?"
जसले साउल साउल तिमी किन मलाई सताउँछौ भन्यो।
And Jesus said, "Why do you persecute me?"
प्रभु येशूले भन्दै हुनुहुन्छ तिमी किन मलाई सताउँछौ।
Who is me? Christians.
यहाँ प्रभुले इसाईहरूलाई म भनी सम्बोधन गर्नुभएको छ।
We are small body of Jesus.
हामी प्रभुका साना शरीरहरू हौं।
So when someone persecute you and me, actually they are persecuting Jesus.
त्यसैले यदि कसैले तपाईँ र मलाई सताउँछ भने उसले येशूलाई सताइराखेको हुन्छ।
So he said, "Who are you?"
अनि उनले सोधे, तपाईँ को हुनुहुन्छ?
And he said, "I am Jesus, whom you are persecuting."
अनि उहाँले भन्नुभयो कि म येशू हुँ जसलाई तिमी सताउँदैछौ।
Now you get up and go to the city of Damascus, and you will be told what you must do.
अब उठ र दमस्कसमा जाऊ अनि तिमीले के गर्नुपर्ने हो सो तिमीलाई बताइनेछ।
That moment he met Jesus.
त्यो घडीमा उनले येशूलाई भेटे।
The man traveling with Paul heard the sounds but did not see.
तर उनको साथमा भएका मानिसहरूले आवाज त सुने तर कसैलाई देखेनन्।
All of a sudden he became a blind man.
अचानक उनी अन्धो भए।
And those his followers, his brothers, carried him to city of Damascus because he was blind. He could not walk by himself.
अनि उनको साथीहरूले उनलाई डोर्याएर दमस्कसमा पुर्याए किनकि उनी अन्धो भएकोले आफै हिँड्न सक्दैनथे।
So he became blind for 3 days. And no food, no drinks.
उनी 3 दिनसम्म अन्धो भए र अन्न र पानी केही पनि खाएनन्।
He became a blind. But later in 3 days, he will reopen his eyes.
उनी 3 दिनसम्म अन्धो भए तर पछि उनी निको हुने थिए।
Spiritual meaning. Blind means in 30 years time, he was spiritually blind.
विगतको 30 वर्षसम्म उनी आत्मिक रूपमा अन्धो भएका थिए।
So that means that he was dead. Blind means it's a dead man, spiritually dead man.
अर्को अर्थमा उनी आत्मिक रूपमा मरेका व्यक्ति थिए।
In 3 days, he resurrected. In 3 days, now he opened his eyes. Resurrection.
3 दिनपछि उनको आँखा खुल्यो जुन चाहिँ मृत्युबाट पुनर्जीवित भएको जस्तै हो।
So this man here, now here in Damascus, in a blind situation.
उनी यसरी अन्धो अवस्थामै दमस्कस पुगे।
It's a simple story, isn't it?
यो साधारण कुरा छ नि हैन?
But you have to memorize all this.
तर तपाईले यो सबै कण्ठ गर्नुपर्छ।
Lecture number 1 and continuing to lecture number 2, it always has a connection each other.
पाठ 1 र पाठ 2 किनकि यी एक अर्कासँग जोडिएका छन्।